guarantees a yearly rent of 24,000 francs to be delivered to him.
But that's far too expensive.
Do you really think you can get better terms?
Perhaps.
And those terms would be?
I want no public judgment.
You want the colonel to stay dead?
Master Derville, if it costs 24,000 francs yearly to keep him dead, then I'll see him in court. But...
You'll see him right now. Too expensive, am I? I've given you nearly $1 million and still you quibble over pennies. All right, then. Now I want your fortune and you. Our marriage is not yet annulled and never shall be.
But this man isn't the colonel.
Not the colonel, eh? Perhaps you need some proof. Where was it I found you? On the sidewalks of the Palais Royal. Doing what? You were working, as I recall, for a Madame...
With your leave, Master Derville, I must depart. I did not come here to listen to such horrors.
Nerve of that woman. I gathered her up out of the gutter and gave her... She'd have known better than to trust in appearances. She's hard.
Are you quite pleased with your actions, Colonel? You may have set our negotiations back permanently. I warned you to leave this to me.
I'll kill her.
Don't be a fool. You'd be snapped up and guillotined in an instant. I'd better leave the mending of your blunders to me. Now, please, go home and sit patiently until I send for you.
Once enmeshed in a mystery, in the complexities of any highly keyed human drama, it's very difficult to separate emotion from reason. The events sweep you along faster than you can possibly think. Our poor Colonel Chabert is so emotionally involved in his own crisis that he's doing himself more harm than good. Has he the wisdom, the self-discipline to sit back and let Master Derville handle everything for him? And should he? We'll return shortly with our final act. Our principal characters have now met with each other for the first time and have ricocheted apart almost immediately. It is now up to Master Derville, our untiring lawyer, to reconcile his two emotionally volatile clients. Derville hasn't reckoned, however, on one other possibility, that the Countess may prefer to negotiate on her own and do without Derville altogether.
Colonel Chabert. Come on. Please, monsieur.
What? Where? Well, who is this? Come where?
Here. Get into the carriage, won't you?
But this is your carriage, not mine. I don't
Roland. Roland, please do get in. Driver, Grolet, please. Well. So here we are again, Roland. After all this time. A bit better than the lawyer's office, wouldn't you say?
Madame, I'm afraid Look, I just don't understand. You denied it was I back there with Derville.
Roland, how could you ever doubt that I know you? After all we shared...
Oh, Rosine, your words hold the only balm that could soothe all my miseries.
My dear Roland, how could it ever be otherwise? Don't you see what it costs me to act out such a falsehood before strangers? Why bring a lawyer into this? Why expose ourselves to an insensitive public? You think me hard-hearted, indifferent, when all it is an attempt to save face.
Oh, but you were indifferent to me, to my letters.
How could I believe you were alive? Yes, I received letters from you. But months, years after the battle, when you were supposed to have died. I was sure they were a trick of some imposter. I had to think that. If only because of my new marriage. My children. Can you blame me?
No, Rosine, I can't. I blame myself for being so stupid, for not foreseeing the possibility that you'd have married again. I was so sure you'd be overjoyed to find me alive. But Rosine, where are we headed?
To my country house near Grolet.
Oh?
We'll have some peace there. We'll have time to think over exactly what path we should take. Now, don't think I hope to escape my duties. Oh, no, Roland. I simply hope to keep out the public, to maintain the dignity of our name. I want to decide with you, beside you, what is right for us both. After all, my first duty is to you. My first husband.
Ah, Rosine.
I place my fate in your hands. I trust in what I know to be your good nature. You decide what we must do. But keep one last detail in mind. When fate chose to make me a widow, I was not yet a mother.
Then the dead are wrong to return?
Oh, no, my dear Roland, no. I'm just reminding you of my children. Telling you that things are different than they were when you left.
Rosine, I'm not so indelicate as to force a woman to pretend love where it no longer exists.
Then you will help me. Oh, Roland, how will I ever... Oh. But never mind. We'll face all of that later.
Rosine, what's the matter? What's wrong? An hour ago when I left you, you were laughing. Now I find you in tears. What on earth could have happened?
Nothing.
But you can't be crying over nothing. Look, is it something I've done? Our last 2 days have been absolutely idyllic, so happy. What could make you cry when everything is going so well?
I wish I were dead.
Dead? Rosine, what on earth is the matter?
Just leave me alone. My situation is more than a human being can bear.
Please, tell me what's wrong.
It's my husband.
What?
How can I ever call him that name in your presence?
Of course you must call him your husband. He's the father of your children, is he not? Now, please don't worry about hurting my feelings. Just tell me what troubles you.
It's just that my husband... Don't you see? If my husband can't ever ask where I've been, if he ever discovers that I've been staying here with some stranger...
But I'm no stranger. Anyway, we've done no wrong.
And how is he to know that? What on earth can I tell him? Oh, Roland, there's no hope for me. I must resign myself.
My dearest, you know I've resolved to sacrifice myself to your happiness.
It's impossible. I know it's too much to ask you.
No, what is too much to ask? Haven't we agreed that
How can I ask you to renounce your identity? To deny your whole life?
What?
To simply sign it away?
Sign it away? No. Isn't my word good enough for you?
How can I hope for such a sacrifice? You'd be giving your whole life for me daily, for the rest of your days.
But
No, it's impossible.
But, Rosine, can't you simply accept my promise of silence and let me live my days away here in your little country house? I don't need much, a little tobacco, the newspaper.
Live here? No, but you can't. Oh, never mind. Just do as you wish. Make your arrangements with my accountant, Delbecq, when he comes tomorrow. I can't bear to think about this anymore. Well, Delbecq, did he sign?
No, madame. I don't even understand quite what happened. He took one look at the papers, and, well, the old horse reared up and ran away.
I might have known he wouldn't go through with it. We'll just have to ship him off to some hospital. There are plenty of doctors who'll declare him insane with no trouble at all.
Insane, is it? I'll show you who's crazy. I'll show you what an old horse can do. Get out, Delbecq. Get out. I have something to say to Madame.
Madame,
You may go, Delbecq.
I'll be close by if you need me.
I'll go in a minute. I've no desire to stay in your company any longer than necessary. I simply wanted to tell you that I bless the stroke of fate that drove us apart. I not only no longer love you, I've no taste even for vengeance. I don't curse you. I quite simply despise you. I want nothing from you. You have my word that I'll never again seek to claim the name of Chabert. It's part of a past I've no longer any desire to recall.
Roland, there's a lawyer to see you. Room 7.
A lawyer? I've asked for no lawyer.
Mr. Roller, Colonel Chabert, that it is you. I knew it. Even from the back of the courtroom, I recognized you. I just had to come down here and see if it really was you. Why did you disappear as you did? Where have you been all these months?
Oh, it's Master Derville, isn't it? Yes. How nice of you to come and visit. I think they put me away for good this time. Too many vagrancy charges. As I hear tell, they may send me to some old people's poorhouse.
Well, how did you wind up in this place?
Tale's not worth the telling.
Oh, now, come now, Colonel. I remember one night when your tale kept me stunned in my chair. I remember advancing some money to you. Money I was sure that you'd eventually pay back. I never could understand why you didn't.
What? But that money was supposed to have been paid. I was sure that the Countess would have at least paid for that.
No. The Countess took her business elsewhere and left all your bills outstanding.
Tell me this. Does the Countess still live?
Yes, she still lives. Richer than ever, I might add.
Oh, of course.
Still married to the Count.
Then your debt shall be paid. You have a piece of paper? A pen?
Yes, here.
Good. Yeah. Deliver this to the Countess, and you'll be paid. I swore never to claim the name of Chabert again, but an unpaid debt to a man of your stature is far worse than breaking my word to that woman.
Then you did make a settlement.
A kind of settlement that put me back on the street and glad to be rid of her.
She didn't pay you any money?
I didn't want it. Not on her terms. She wanted me to sign affidavits declaring myself an imposter, even worse, a forger. And when I refused, she threatened to put me away in a mental hospital. She'd played on my sympathies in a most clever fashion, but she couldn't get me to the point where I'd sign documents that not only would protect her, but would probably put me in jail. It was a terrific choice. Jail or a mental hospital. I finally walked out. I prefer the street and the poorhouse over any society where the likes of her have their way.
I see. And I always thought that you'd made your deal with her without me, that you just didn't care about the debt you owed me.
I'll have to go now, but take that note to the Countess. You'll get paid. It says that you'll take the note on to her husband, the Count, if she doesn't. That should do it.
Indeed it should.
Oh, Master Derville. I figured it had to be you, but why...
Read this.
What? Well, this is a guaranteed income of 25,000 francs a year.
In whose name?
It's for Monsieur Roland. Signed by the Countess Perrault.
Yes. I did a little lawyering when I went to see the Countess with your note. She was so moved by my arguments that she not only paid my bill, she also agreed to this little stipend for you. I hope you don't mind.
Mind? How can I ever thank you enough? How shall I ever know how to spend it?
Well, I'm sure you'll find a way. I just couldn't live with the idea of such a noble fellow going off to the poorhouse.
Oh, I know what I can do with the money.
Hmm?
My friends with the dairy farm. They lost it because they couldn't pay the mortgage. I'll buy it back for them. Would you handle the legal papers?
Of course.
You know, I spent 14 years trying to rise from the dead and finally stopped trying. And now you brought me back to life overnight. Derville, there is justice after all.
There were many ways this story could have ended. Master DeVille complained at one point that the colonel's case was difficult because there was no precedent. For once, it was a legal tangle as unpredictable as our lives. Unpredictable, but satisfying. For the human instincts won out over the law books in the end. I shall return shortly. Balzac himself, as a matter of fact, chose to end the colonel's story slightly differently. Derville and the colonel did indeed meet up in prison by accident, and the colonel did give Derville a note for the countess. Derville, however, according to Balzac, did no more than redeem his own debt and did nothing further to help the poor colonel. We hope you appreciate our little twist of the story. After all, happy endings do happen sometime, even in real life. Our cast included Alexander Scourby, Laurie March, Larry Haynes, and Dan Ocko. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown.
And now, a preview of our next tale.
Am I to believe what you have just told me? That you have joined the enemy?
I've been struggling with my conscience for weeks. My sympathies, Mother, are with the North.
Then we'll just have to get along without you. Parker, you're a traitor to your country. And a traitor to your loved ones. You must do what you conceive to be your duty. But your father and I taught you. It's been our way of living, always. But I never for a moment dreamed...
I'm not ashamed of my decision. Don't try to make me, please.
I understand. Now, I would be most grateful if you would leave this house. At once.
Wish me well, Mother.
I can't do that, Parker. Not to the enemy of my country. Not to a stranger.
Radio Mystery Theater was sponsored in part by True Value Hardware Stores. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. From 1861 to 1865, the people of the United States were engaged in a murderous civil war. Those years of conflict were the most costly epoch in all American history, not only in money and in hundreds of thousands of wasted lives, but in the complete breakdown of our society. It became, in many places, what was called a war between brothers, especially in some of the border states, where the sympathies of the citizens were sharply divided between the causes of the North and those of the South. And death was a constant companion to them all.
Tomorrow morning, sir, when my neck is snapped by the tightened rope, and I hang, dangling in the air, I will still be alive. In pain, but alive. And once I'm finally what you call dead, all it will mean is an end to that pain.
Your conclusion?
Why go to the trouble of causing me pain one moment, only to end it bountifully the next? It seems hardly worth the trouble.
Our mystery drama, A Matter of Conscience, is chiefly based on the Ambrose Bierce classic short story, Parker Addison, philosopher. It was especially adapted for the Mystery Theater by Arnold Moss and stars Christopher Tabori. It is sponsored in part by Buick Motor Division and ARM, Allergy Relief Medicine. I'll be back shortly with Act One. It was early in the autumn of 1861. The American Civil War was only a few months old. To most Americans, the idea of hunting down and killing their own countrymen was still an unusually disturbing experience and a little unreal. The thought that the enemy they were shooting at, and who was shooting at them, was not from another part of the world speaking a strange and alien tongue, but another American, still took getting used to. But it wasn't long before that changed. Whatever compassion there might have been began to give way to the cold, unrelenting hatred of the enemy.
Detail! Cut! Detail! Ready? Aim! Fire! Corporal, have your men pick up the body of the prisoner. Convey it to the place which has been designated. Assign 4 men to dig the grave, then bury the body immediately. By order of the commanding general.
Would you care for another egg, Parker?
No, thank you, Mother.
You hardly touched your breakfast, son.
Not very hungry. Well, Mother, you must stop fretting about me. Remember, I'm a big boy now.
You're the only son I have. And with your father going off to the war, you're the only man left in this big house.
That won't be for long, Mother.
What you saying?
I can't stay out of the war much longer.
Parker, you're so young. But I need you, Parker. I need you desperately. So before you decide to do anything rash...
I'm going to have to leave you, Mother. I, too, am going off to war.
Parker, no.
I've already signed up.
When do you go?
This morning.
This morning?
The Union regiments that arrived last night have taken the town. The Southern troops were badly beaten. They're in retreat.
I know that. But just the same, I wish I had waited. Obviously, there's nothing I could have done to stop you.
Thank you, Mother.
I, your father, all the rest of the boys in gray will be very proud of you. And I'm sure Lorinda will be the most proud.
I'm not so sure.
Have you told her your decision?
Not yet, Mother. I wanted you to know first.
Well, she has the right to know. Lorinda's going to be your wife.
Mother, it's quite possible you all may not be so proud of me.
Why do you say that?
My deepest convictions, what I believe about this war, are not, I fear, exactly the same as yours and Father's, or even Lorinda's.
We all have a right to our opinions. That's what we've always tried to teach you. And if your philosophy differs a little from ours...
My philosophy differs more than a little, Mother. I've signed up with the Union Army. I'm a sergeant in the Army of the North. I waited for my mother to burst into a flood of uncontrollable tears. Instead, her jaws hardened into 2 iron bands. Her eyes became burning coals of fire. After a silence I thought would never end, she finally spoke.
Parker Anderson, am I to believe what you have just told me? That you have joined the enemy?
I've been struggling with my conscience for weeks. My sympathies, Mother, are with the North.
Then we'll just have to get along without you. Parker, you're a traitor to your country. And a traitor to your loved ones. You must do what you conceive to be your duty. But your father and I taught you. It's to be our way of living, always. But I never for a moment dreamed...
I'm not ashamed of my decision. Don't try to make me, please.
I understand. Now, I would be most grateful if you would leave this house. At once.
Wish me well, Mother.
I can't do that, Parker. Not to the enemy of my country. Not to a stranger.
My mother's words lashed across my face like the sting of a whip. I knew it was utterly useless to try to justify, in her eyes, what I was about to do. Within an hour, I was standing at attention before Colonel Herman Braille of the 4th Indiana Infantry.
Mr. Addison?
A correction, sir. With your permission, Sergeant Addison.
I beg your pardon. You signed up with us yesterday, did you not?
Yes, sir, I did.
I understand you're a local boy. You live right here in this town?
That's correct, Colonel Braille.
And still you wish to fight on the side of the Union? On our side? What might be called the side of the enemy?
Yes, sir.
Why?
Call it a matter of conscience, Colonel. I have searched and examined the issues of this war carefully and most seriously. My sympathies are completely and unwaveringly with the side of the North.
To the point where, if it were necessary, you are prepared to give your life for our side?
A correction, Colonel. My side. Yes, Colonel. I have a fairly well-developed sense of duty.
Only fairly well-developed, Sergeant Addison?
Well, you might call it slightly above average.
At ease, Sergeant. And please be seated. That chair over there.
Thank you, sir.
Sergeant Addison, a couple of questions.
Yes, sir.
Have you any thoughts on how you might be of the greatest service to the Union cause, to the Army of the United States, and more specifically to this regiment?
I leave that decision to my superior officers, sir.
I'm aware of that.
Without intending to sound boastful, I can say that I'm a first-rate shot around rifles since I was 8 years old.
Nice name.
And for whatever it may be worth, I've had as much schooling as any boy my age.
Very good.
I've been riding since I was 5. I know horses.
Excellent. And you surely know this part of the country fairly well, would you say?
Much, much above average, I would say. There's hardly a foot of ground within 30, 40 miles of here I wouldn't recognize as well as I would my own face.
And then I think my question has probably been answered. How you might be of greatest use to this army. Sergeant Addison, we need certain information very badly and in a hurry. By sometime late tomorrow night, the hour is not yet set, we pursue our attack on the enemy with everything we've got.
I follow you, sir.
We give him no relief. However, after yesterday's battle, we're not sure how many of his troops he may be able to regroup or what fresh forces he may have in reserve. He may be preparing to counterattack in strength.
I understand, sir.
At the moment, we're not sure exactly who would be attacking, what specific regiments, their number, their disposition, their morale. We have only an approximation of all this intelligence. We must fill in the blanks as fully and as quickly as possible before we dare move.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Addison, do you think that you could get this information for us?
I could try, Colonel. I would do my best.
I would not order you to do this, understand? Should you refuse or hesitate, I would not hold it against you.
I volunteer, sir, to try to get the intelligence you require.
Spoken like a brave soldier. We will provide you with a Confederate uniform, rank of sergeant, I believe. You'll be supplied with false identity papers, a name other than your own. You will represent yourself as having been separated from your own company and regiment in the confusion of yesterday's battle. Maybe even that you were wounded. Yes, wounded. Good idea.
Then what, sir?
You will slip unnoticed
we hope, beyond the enemy lines under cover of darkness. Tonight. Once you've penetrated those lines, we'll give you 12 hours to gather your information and make a safe return.
And should I not return within 12 hours?
We'll assume that you're in fairly serious trouble, Parker. If you should be so unfortunate as to be discovered to be taken prisoner as a spy, the only questions you're required to answer under the Articles of War are...
Name, rank, army identification number.
Nothing else. Oh, one more thing. If you're taken, there's nothing we can do to help you. We won't even acknowledge you. You're as good as dead. Johnny Reb, with no disrespect to your former friends and countrymen, is especially sensitive to being spied on.
You're right about that, sir.
Particularly by a man they would regard as a turncoat, the lowest, vilest kind of traitor. Hardly worth the rope by which they'd hang him to the nearest tree.
I'm not unfamiliar, Colonel Braille, either with the concept or that behavior. I promise to do my best to avoid such an uncomfortable and embarrassing end.
One slip, and you're finished. Remember that. Here are your false papers. They were all prepared. I knew I could depend on you.
Thank you, sir.
I salute you for your courage. Let's see now. Who are you? Oh, yes. Sergeant Shelby Worth of the 7th South Carolina.
Well, I sure do appreciate them kind words, sir.
Now, be careful, Parker. The next time we meet, I do not wish to see you hanging from the limb of a sycamore, a rebel rope around your neck. That would not be very amusing.
No, sir. Death is not usually very amusing.
Finally, I want you to know that we trust you, all of us, with our lives, completely and implicitly, as if you'd been one of us from the very start. Above all, we respect you.
I'm extremely touched. Thank you, sir.
Good luck, my boy. Lieutenant Howard. Come in, Lieutenant. The man who just left this room is Sergeant Parker Addison. You're to watch him like a hawk every minute that he's here. He is to suspect nothing. I don't trust him any further than I can throw him.
A man who can turn his back on his friends, his family, and his country is a man with whom we may have small sympathy. At the same time, he is a man whose deep moral convictions many of us are compelled in some strange way to admire. This is the course young Parker Addison has chosen. Where will his courageous choice take him? Directly to Act Two. As night began to fall, Parker Addison, in the uniform of a Confederate sergeant, slipped unnoticed through the southern lines. There was enough of the lingering daylight for him to see that the fighting of the previous night had been hard and murderous. The taste and smell of battle were still in the air. Among the splintered trees lay wrecks of men and horses. Stretcher bearers hurried about, carrying away the few who showed some signs of life. The dead were piled up like so much cordwood, while trenches were being dug to receive them.
I raised my hand to my head. It was crudely bandaged to give the appearance of a serious wound. I limped slightly, as though I had taken a shot of grape in the leg. Before long, I joined an endless moving line of suffering men, their faces drawn, their ragged uniforms spattered with crimson. A grizzled old soldier hobbled up to me.
That were a pretty good fight last night, wasn't it?
Yes, Yes, it was.
Never seed our boys put up such a fine scrap. Never.
Oh, that they did.
Even if we did take some of a licking.
Well, we can't win them all, old man, can we?
Well, ain't that the truth? Well, where were you hit?
Piece of shrapnel caught me here, right here over my right eye.
It give you much pain?
Enough. Hoping I don't lose my eye. Oh, then I caught a little grape here in my leg. How about you?
Why, I took a big one here in the groin. Blood just keeps pouring down into my boot. Where you from, Sergeant?
South Carolina. Got separated from my regiment. You?
Kentucky, 7th, Company C.
You lads hurt bad?
Bad enough. If 1 out of 10 of us is still a living, we'll be doing pretty good.
1 out of 10. Well, how about the others? The other companies?
From what I heard, we're not in very good shape. Not good at all.
Where do you think you boys be now?
We couldn't say.
Did you have any cavalry support or artillery?
Oh, we did, but...
Who is your commanding general?
Well, commanding general. Now, you just wait one solitary minute, mister. You're asking a lot of questions. Questions that ain't really none of your dang business, so it would appear.
Oh, I didn't mean
to... What makes you so dang nosy, anyway?
Soldier, you're absolutely right. It is none of my business. Why, I was just hoping that things were not quite as bad for all of us as they seem.
Well, I can understand that. You know, a couple of weeks back, young fella come along out of nowhere, just popped up, started his smelling and his sneaking his way around our company, poking a lot of questions at us.
What happened?
We poked one too many. Turned out to be a dang Yankee spy. But, we took good care of him, we did.
You did?
Oh, you should have seen him flapping around in the wind, strung up on the branch of an old oak tree. Funniest sight you ever did see.
Any idea where this column we're in is headed?
This column of the Walking Dead. Word was passed along that there'd be some kind of field hospital somewhere up ahead. A couple of miles more, maybe.
Oh, I see.
Army surgeons will do their best to patch us up and put some of us together again in good enough shape to get us back to fighting. That is, if we live long enough to get to ever see them surgeons.
We kept limping along in the black night. The whole long, struggling line of us. Suddenly, down near Whitewater Creek, we blundered onto a hastily thrown-together field hospital. By the light of their crude lamps, the doctors were busy sweating over the wounded men. 3 or 4 soldiers, rifles at the ready, stood about as guards. Before I could get out of sight, one of the officers spoke to me.
You're next, Sergeant.
Thank you, sir.
Now, what seems to be your trouble?
Now, if you don't mind, sir, I'd just as soon took care of my old friend here. Oh, I think he's in much worse shape than I am.
Now, you sit down on this log. Now, bring the light a little closer.
No, please take care of the old fella. I can wait. He's been hit in the groin, and he tells me that...
I will make the diagnosis, Sergeant. Now, sit down. Now, first, let's get these filthy rags off your head and see what you've been hit and how. Just how badly.
Well, it really isn't all that bad.
Will you stop being a hero, Sergeant? Now, we got all the heroes we need piled up out there like so many fallen logs. Now, you just sit still.
The wound, it doesn't trouble me all that much.
Now, look, Sergeant. Some of these men are on the brink of death. Now, if your wound doesn't trouble you all that much, now, please tell me what in heaven's good name you're doing here. Now, why aren't you with your regiment, Sergeant,
Worth, sir. Shelby Worth. See, I just got separated in the last night's little fracas.
Oh, how?
Well, I can't really say. One minute I was with my boys, and the next, I just wasn't.
Mm-hmm. I see. And just hold still while I snip these stinking rags off your head.
And I really would rather you did.
Sergeant, let me see your papers.
I don't believe I can do that, sir. Just as I became separated from my company, well, somehow, in a way I can't explain, my papers got separated from me.
Who are you, Sergeant? Who are you?
I just told you. I was hit by shrapnel last night.
Sergeant Worth, whoever you are, you weren't hit by anything. There isn't so much as a scratch any place on your head. Now, you stay where you are. Hey, where do you think you're going?
I'm getting out of here, but fast.
You hold on there. Sentry, after that man, the one who's running. Over there. Shoot. Take it.
Only the velvety darkness of the night saved me. That and the fact I knew exactly where I was. Like a rat scurrying around in a trap, frantically sniffing out the one opening that would mean freedom, I began to run in the direction of my home, my pounding heart ready to burst inside of me. When my feet would carry me no more, I dropped, exhausted, and lost consciousness.
Parker? Parker? Are you all right?
Where am I? Who is that?
It's me, Lorinda.
Lorinda?
Oh, yes.
Oh, what on earth are you doing here?
I had a feeling, I can't explain it, that you might be in trouble, serious trouble. I came to look for you, my darling.
I don't understand how you found me. Well, anyway, one thing's certain. You got to get out of here.
I'm going to stay with you, Parker.
No, that's crazy. You can't. We're right in the middle of the fiercest fighting of the war.
You must stop talking. You must rest. And then you got to come back with me.
I can't do that, Lorinda. We're at war. I'm a soldier.
I can see that. Your uniform.
No, you don't understand. This is not my uniform.
Not yours? How can that be?
I can't talk about it now. We're in the gravest danger here. You've got to leave, Lorinda.
Not without you. I won't. Parker, I love you. I'm going to be your wife.
I know, my darling. And I love you, but please go back home. I'll take good care of myself, I promise.
I'd be much happier if you came with me. You'd be safer. Parker, come with me and rest.
Come with me. You're under arrest. Come with me.
Who are you? Well, where'd you come from?
That's the man, Captain. The one who ran away while I was examining him.
Thank you, Doctor.
Where's Lorinda?
Who?
Lorinda. The girl I'm going to marry.
I don't know what you're talking about. You fell, hit your head on this rock, and passed out.
Passed out?
And now, Sergeant, or whatever you are, on your feet. Keep moving straight ahead. And remember, the shooting end of this rifle is sticking right into the small of your back.
A while later, I was led into a wall tent about 8 by 10 feet, lighted by a single tallow candle stuck into the haft of a bayonet. An old rag carpet covered the earthen floor. A tattered leather trunk, a chair, and a roll of blankets were all else that the tent contained. At the further end, a silver-haired general sat at a pine table, busily writing. The captain who had arrested me was posted at the opening of the tent. Rain was drumming down on the canvas. I beg your pardon, sir. I believe, General, you want to see me.
Oh, yes, of course. So I did. Prisoner, Oh, no. We'll follow the rules of war. State your name.
Since I'm to lose that at daybreak tomorrow morning, along with everything else, I, too, will follow the rules of war. The name, sir, is Parker Addison.
Your rank?
A somewhat humble one. You see, commissioned officers are considered much too precious to be risked in the perilous business of spying. I'm a sergeant.
Sergeant?
A lowly sergeant. I did have hopes of promotion, had I been fortunate enough to succeed in my mission.
What regiment?
I'm afraid I can't answer that.
Why not?
Besides being a somewhat improper question, begging your pardon, sir, improper from the point of view of the Articles of War, my answer would give you a good idea of whose forces you were facing.
And?
I came into your lines, sir, to obtain such information, not to give it.
You admit, then, that you are a spy for the Union Army?
It would be useless as well as untrue to deny it.
That you came into my camp disguised as you are in the uniform of a Confederate soldier?
True. Would the General permit me to ask a somewhat personal and perhaps irrelevant question?
Well, what's that?
I noticed that there's a large nail driven into the tent. There, where the captain is standing on guard.
Yes?
From it is suspended a sword belt supporting a long saber, a pistol in its holster, and, if you'll permit me to say so, absurdly enough, a large, long-bladed, double-edged Bowie knife.
Well, what of it?
A most unmilitary weapon, wouldn't you say?
Perhaps a souvenir of my days as a civilian, when I would go hunting in the company of my son. I once had a son.
I'm sorry, sir.
Thank you. Any more questions?
No, sir. And thank you.
Captain?
Yes, sir.
Please take this paper to the Adjutant General immediately, and then come back at once.
Yes, sir. And, the prisoner, General?
I'll take care of the prisoner. Just do what you're told.
Yes, sir.
Sergeant Addison?
Yes, sir.
It's a bad night, isn't it?
It certainly is. For me. I can only hope that things will be clear by morning. For both of us.
In times of war, an ordinarily gentle person, in almost no time at all, will often be transformed into a hardened, impenitent mechanism who can sleep soundly on a hill that trembles with the thunder of great guns, play cards among the dead faces of his closest friends, or, without blinking an eye, calmly and coldly assign another man to what? I shall be back shortly with Act 3. A stormy night in the autumn of 1861, somewhere in the South. One of the earliest battles of the Civil War has just been fought. The driving rain cascades in torrents upon the canvas of the Confederate general's tent. The elderly officer sits at his rough pine table. He has just given a folded paper to a sentry with the order that it be delivered immediately to the adjutant general. The general's young prisoner, a spy for the North, stands before him at attention.
You are aware that what you have done is a capital offense, the punishment for which is death?
I am, sir.
Can you guess what was written on the paper I just handed the sentry?
I'm usually not very good at guessing, sir. It may be my immodesty, even my vanity. But I venture to suppose that I was mentioned in it.
Your assumption is quite correct. The memorandum to the Adjutant General is an order to be read to the troops. It concerns...
my execution. Correct, sir.
It also contained notes for the guidance of the Provost Marshal in arranging some of the details of that rather special event.
Special, sir.
It was not every day that a Northern spy falls into our hands, particularly a Northern spy who was born and raised right here in the South.
I hope, General, that the Provost Marshal will arrange the spectacle with taste and with intelligence.
I'm sure he will. One question.
All you like, sir.
Have you any arrangements of your own that you might like to have carried out? Any messages to your friends, your family, your loved ones? Do you wish to see a chaplain?
A chaplain? At daybreak? At 5 in the morning? No, I couldn't think of being so inconsiderate of another man's sleep. Well, besides, I could hardly expect to secure a longer or more pleasant rest in heaven by depriving a chaplain of his rest.
Do you mean to go on to your death with nothing but these silly jokes on your lips? One hardly jokes about death.
I would have no way of knowing about that, sir. You see, I've never been dead before. This is all very new to me.
And you will not be serious. Isn't there anything more important you can say at a time like this?
Isn't there anything more important you can say to me, sir? I know that death is supposed to be serious, something one should not treat lightly. But I've never heard this from any of those who have actually experienced it.
I see no point in discussing this any further.
One thing I'm sure of all the dead men with whom you, in your soldierly occupation, have strewn your path, I'm sure that few have shown any noticeable signs of either pain, suffering, or regret.
To me, the very thought of death is horrible. Yes, I have seen men die. And I admit I've been the cause of many of those deaths. To see a young life snuffed out as you would blow out the flame of a candle.
Then why do you add me to your long list?
Meaning?
You could order your men to release me. Under the circumstances, such procedure might be considered understandable, if not reasonable. One last point.
Yes?
Suppose I made an attempt to escape. Here, this very minute.
Well, you wouldn't dare.
But if I did, what would you do? No, don't tell me. You would lift the revolver you are courteously concealing in your lap.
You are aware of that?
You would fire. My stomach would be filled with several ounces of lead. After perhaps half an hour of pain and agony, the last pain I should ever know, then I should be what you call dead.
So what is the point you're trying to make?
Tomorrow morning when I am hanged, when my neck is snapped by the tightened rope, and I hang dangling in the air, still alive, in pain, but alive, I'll be looking forward to the moment of my actual death. But it will mean that my pain is ended. Death is very kind about such things.
You think so?
That's why I ask. Why? Why go to the trouble of causing me pain one moment only to end it bountifully the next? It follows that it would hardly be worthwhile to hang me at all. What do you think, sir?
That death is terrible. And you can go on talking from now until you're made to stop. When you die, your death will be the most terrible of all. To you, and as you must realize, to me.
There was a long silence. The storm had ended. The general sat there impassive, as if his eyes were mounting guard over me, while his mind concerned itself with other matters. Finally, he drew a long breath, shuddered, as if he had wakened from a dreadful dream, and, as though talking to himself, kept repeating,
Death is terrible.
This man of death.
Death is terrible.
General, you sent for me?
Huh? Who's that?
Captain Hesterlick, your provost marshal.
Of course. Come in, please.
Thank you, sir. I got your message from the adjutant general.
Yes, of course. Captain Hesterlick, this is the Yankee spy who was captured inside our lines in a Confederate uniform. He has confessed.
Yes, sir.
I believe the storm has passed.
Yes, sir, it has. It's clear night, moon shining.
Good. As I wrote the adjutant general, you're to take a file of men, conduct the prisoner to a firing squad, and have him shot.
Shot?
Yes, sir, at once.
No, you can't mean what you're saying. No, I'm not to die until morning.
I never said a word about your dying in the morning.
Of course you did.
No, it was you who have been speaking in terms of tomorrow morning at daybreak, not I. That was an assumption of your own. You die tonight.
But why? Why are you doing this? General, I'm to hang. I'm not to be shot. Well, it'll take at least 2 hours to erect the gallows. You wouldn't hang me from a tree, would you? And certainly not shoot me.
What difference does it make?
Spies are hanged, not shot. I've my rights. Rights under military law.
Captain Hasterlick, proceed with your orders.
Yes, sir. Prisoner, face the opening of the tent. The point of my saber is quite sharp. Now forward, toward the tent opening.
It was 3 short steps to the tent pole. I sprang toward it like a cat. Seized the handle of the long Bowie knife that was hanging there. Thrust the captain aside, leaped upon the general, and with the fury of a madman hurled him to the ground. The table was overturned, and the candle was extinguished.
Help me, Captain, help me!
The provost marshal pounced on me. In no time, the 3 of us, a welter of limbs and bodies, fought and clawed at one another in the pitch black dark.
Get that knife away from my throat!
The tent collapsed upon the 3 of us, and beneath its heavy folds, the struggle went on. The captain, on guard outside the tent, had obviously fired his rifle to attract attention. Soon the drums began to beat the long roll. Bugles sounded the assembly. Swarms of half-clothed men, dressed as they ran, rushed into the moonlight, fell into line. When all was under control, the men stood at arms, while an officer and the men of his escort tried to bring order out of the chaos I had created. Someone lifted the canvas of the tent that had covered the 3 of us.
You, our prisoner.
Yes?
Stand up, if you can. What happened?
I can't say, sir.
Captain Tasman? Dr. Tasman?
Captain Hasterlick and Dad. That Bowie knife, the general's Bowie knife, was stuck deep into his throat.
And clenched in his hand, his own saber, streaked with blood up to the hilt. You, how'd this happen?
I don't know.
Look to the general.
General. Now, you're hurt here. Let us help you.
No, I think
He's taken at least 2 sword thrusts. Now, one in the thigh and the other in the shoulder. He's lost a great deal of blood.
Do what you can.
I was dazed and shivering. It was as though a heavy white fog had settled on everything about me. I could not raise my right arm. It was broken. I shrank from whatever help was offered me, cowering on the ground, babbling a torrent of words I could not understand myself. My face, swollen by blows and stained with blood, felt as though it were a ghastly white. The whiteness of a corpse. I heard a voice say,
No, he's not insane. He's merely suffering from fright. Overpowering fright.
Officer, somebody.
Yes, General.
The prisoner, he's to be taken out at once, and he's to be shot.
The general's mind is wandering.
The general's mind is not wandering. Those were my written orders, and they are still my orders. March the prisoner away from here. Line up a firing squad and execute him. Well, did you hear me? Execute this spy at once.
Detail. Attention. Detail. Ready? Name. Fire. General, your order has been carried out. The prisoner, Parker Addison, is dead.
How silent everything is. How very silent.
Is there anything else, sir?
Make sure the prisoner's body is taken to his home and placed in the family's burying ground.
Where would that be, sir? The prisoner had no identification.
His home is quite near here.
But he was from the north, a Yankee.
No, he was not.
You knew the prisoner, sir?
The man you have just shot to death was Parker Parker Addison, my son, my only son. And my body is to be placed next to his.
Of course, General Addison. Of course.
Thank you, Captain. I feel so calm. No suffering. No pain. Maybe this is what Parker meant by death.
The Civil War finally ended, having reaped what it thought was the harvest of perpetual peace. By this one blood... CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. Place not your trust in princes. The great and good book tells us, and sound advice, indeed. It would appear to be, especially since we are also told, uneasy lies the head that wears a crown. Royalty, nobility in general, isn't as popular as it used to be. But at one time, almost every little girl wanted to marry a prince, or a duke, or an earl. And if her rich American daddy had the money, he could always buy her one.
You're 25.
I know that, Mama.
Oh, it's time you were married. A beautiful girl like you.
I can't help it if nobody asks me.
That's not true. You've been turning fellows down. You can't be too particular at your age.
It's all right, Mama. I'm already spoken for.
Who? Who is he?
Well, I'm not all that sure, Mama. I think it's the devil.
Our mystery drama, The Kingdom Below, was written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Phyllis Newman and Fred Gwynne.
It is sponsored in part by Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One.
They transformed the face of the nation. History refers to them as robber barons. Most of them were born poor and died rich. They devoted their lives to amassing money, and then, when they had more than they could ever spend, they realized they had missed out on something very important, something which could be described as culture. And so they pursued culture as avidly as they once had chased after money. And where was culture? Why, it was in Europe. And what was culture? It was immortal paintings for the mansion, masterpieces of sculpture for the grounds, and a titled foreigner for a son-in-law. From the diary of Miss May Etta Stebbins.
Rome, July the 3rd, 1887. I do believe that music will drive me out of my wits. Not that I had too great a supply to begin with. We are living in a palazzo. And didn't Mama give it to me for calling it a palazzo? Palazzo, darling, palazzo. But I want to go home. Anyhow, I shouldn't complain about Mama. Poor Papa. He's the one that really catches it. Every morning it's the same old thing.
Prego, Annunziata, the, uvi. You know, the eggs.
I ain't had a decent egg since we left the States.
Now, you said ain't at the opera last night. I thought I would die of shame.
Who was there to hear me? Nobody but a bunch of foreigners.
How many times must I tell you, Benjamin? In this country, we are the foreigners.
Yeah, that's why I can't hardly wait to get back to good old USA.
Benjamin, I don't think you're taking this trip seriously.
Now, you just look here. I got writer's cramp from signing checks. You wanted that painting of that fat lady?
Oh, Benjamin Franklin Stebbins, you are talking about a genuine Caravaggio.
Yeah, and you were talking about 50,000 simoleons. 50,000 of Uncle Sam's finest. 50,000 of those long green men. But, did I blink an eye? No. Wrap her up, I says. I'll write you my check.
$50,000 for a Caravaggio. You stole that painting.
I stole it. You want pictures of naked fat ladies? Why, I can take you into places back home where...
Benjamin, your daughter is sitting at the table.
Mama, I know about those places.
Oh, my sakes alive. What do you know about those places?
I know well-brought-up young ladies ain't supposed to talk about them.
Ain't. There it is again. Benjamin, you've corrupted this child.
Okay, Mayetta. Don't say ain't in front of your mama. It discombobulates her something fierce.
Now, we have to have a serious discussion.
Does that mean I have to leave the room?
No, it concerns you. Benjamin, you give generously of your money. I have no complaints.
Thank you kindly, ma'am.
But you're not putting your heart into this thing.
Which thing?
The thing we really came for.
Okay, you tell me. What did we come here for?
To find a husband for Mayetta.
Well, why can't Mayetta find her own husband?
Benjamin.
Did anybody have to find you a husband? No. You found one yourself.
And look at me.
Yeah, look at you. 29 years ago, you were filling up beer mugs in your old man's saloon.
Benjamin.
Is that true, Mama?
How can you say such things in front of the child?
I'm not a child, Mama.
It was the worst dive on the San Francisco waterfront.
Where was the saloon?
There was no saloon.
No? What was it then?
Why are we getting off the subject?
Which is?
Finding a husband for Mayetta.
Oh, yeah. Nobody found you a husband, and you wind up being married to one of the 50 richest men in America.
Now, Benjamin.
You don't believe it? Read the papers.
Money isn't everything.
It ain't?
Oh, that word again. There's a world of people who don't say ain't.
Yeah?
It's a world of breeding, refinement, and culture.
Is that a fact?
And from that world, I want a husband for your daughter.
That's a funny way to put it. You want a husband for our daughter. What does our daughter have to say about it?
Well, she's too young to know her own mind.
So, what have you got on your mind?
Now, Prudence Folsom, she came back to America last year with a count.
Skinny beanpole of a fella with a pot belly, a mustache, and a monocle. Looked like a dude to me.
Now, you have twice as much money as George Folsom. So your daughter should do twice as well as his. Mayetta should get herself a prince, or at least a duke. Find her one.
Well, what do you say to all this, Mayetta?
What do I say to all this? I don't know. Most of the time, I don't listen. I've never been in love. Maybe I'll never fall in love. Maybe I can't, or maybe I'm so much in love I don't realize it. Could I be in love with someone I've never met? Sounds silly. I could never talk about it to anyone. Yet the truth is, I don't know if I really feel this way or if I read about it somewhere in some novel long ago. Well, the next morning it began over again.
You girls know what day this is? It's the 4th of July. Oh, how I wish I was back home.
Benjamin, we are not returning until Mayetta...
I can see him now. Stepping down Fifth Avenue, the Grand Army of the Republic.
Benjamin!
Be the first year I ain't marching with them.
Ain't again.
What do I have to do to get back to the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, first, you must stop saying ain't.
Done. You ain't never going to hear that word pass my lips again.
Second, you must find a titled foreigner for your daughter.
And what if she turns him down?
How can she turn him down? She ain't met him yet.
Every time you get really excited, you sound like the red-haired girl I first met in your old man's saloon.
What are you talking about?
Let it pass.
Now, look, we've been here a month. She hasn't met anyone yet.
She's met hundreds of people. She met all kinds of nobles, fellas with titles. Toss a coin. Put the names in the hat. Pull her one out.
Well, not one of them is good enough for her.
Now we're on to something else.
Fortune hunters.
Yeah.
Dried up, wizened, elderly men.
Uh-huh.
And the young ones. Oh, too slick by half for my taste. I wouldn't trust any of them. Benjamin, we are not meeting the right people.
We're meeting everybody there is. The word is out. The rich American heiress is in Rome to find a husband. We're getting them from all over Italy. They're coming from France and Spain. I understand tonight we're going to meet a couple from Austria and Russia.
You see, Benjamin, we were wrong.
We? What did I do?
Well, we let it be known that the fabulously wealthy Americans were here with a marriageable daughter. We thought we'd be swamped.
And we were.
But a man of true aristocratic breeding would be repelled. He would have contempt for us. He would label us as nouveau riche, as parvenu, as arriviste.
I'll tell you something, Mama. I happen to know what every one of them words mean. And you want to know the truth? That's exactly how we're behaving.
Well, I want a prince for my daughter. I want a man of background and breeding, a man who can trace his family down through the centuries.
But, Mama...
And let that family become even richer and greater and finer because of what my daughter will bring to it.
Okay, Mama. Sure.
That's what I want. Do you know why?
It don't matter, Mama, as long as you want it. The old man here'll see you get it. Somehow.
Now, you talk about the saloon my father owned on the waterfront.
Look, I won't bring that up no more.
My father didn't own that saloon.
What? What are you saying? I happen to know Patty Morgan was the one and the only sole proprietor.
That's true. But Patty Morgan wasn't my father.
What?
And Katie Morgan wasn't my mother. They adopted me. They took me in. I was one of those kids you read about. A newborn baby that's found on the doorstep.
Mary, you...
Now, who was my mother? My father? I'll never know. Who am I? Where do I come from? I'll never find out.
Well, now, is it so important?
Yes.
All right.
Well, find me a prince, a real prince for my daughter. You can do it.
Sure.
I mean it. You can do anything. What were you? A stevedore, a roustabout. Today, you're one of the 50 richest men in America. You performed a miracle. Now make another one. Find her a prince.
I wasn't supposed to hear that conversation. But one thing about Mama and Papa, they spoke loudly. There were no secrets. I didn't want to say anything to Mama or Papa, but I wouldn't marry anyone they found for me. Unless, of course, it was the person I was in love with already. But how would they know who he was? I didn't even know myself. Papa disappeared right after breakfast. I found out later he'd gone to the American Embassy.
My name is Thurman Trueblood. What can I do for you, Mr. Stebbins?
Who are you?
I'm the third assistant secretary.
Yeah. Well, young fella, I didn't ask to see the third assistant secretary or the second or even the first. I asked to see the ambassador.
The ambassador is out.
Not to me, he ain't. My name's Benjamin Franklin Stebbins.
I know that, sir.
I'm a personal friend of President Grover Cleveland.
I'm aware of that.
So, you march right back in there and tell the ambassador Ben Stebbins wants him.
Sir, I can't do that. They've all gone home to America to celebrate the 4th of July, and they won't return for another 2 weeks. There's no one here, only me.
Yeah? Well, then I guess you'll have to do.
Well, yes, sir. What's to be done?
I want my daughter, Mayetta, to find a fine, handsome, young Italian prince from a noble family that goes back to, maybe old Julius Caesar or any of that crowd.
Mr. Stebbins, I'm not sure that lies within the province of the embassy's activities.
Son, what's the purpose of your job here?
It's to foster closer relations between the Americans and the Italian people.
Well, now, ain't that exactly what I'm asking you to do?
Yes, but...
Never mind, but. Son, it's a losing battle. Who's the most blue-blooded prince they got? What's his name?
He's the Prince de Portocorvo.
Trot him around.
Oh, you don't understand. He never goes to see anyone.
Well, then we'll go see him.
But the prince never sees anyone.
Is that a fact? Now, just who does he think he is?
Well, there are those who say...
Yes? Who say what?
Well, it's all old wives' tales of superstitious peasants. But there are those who say he's the devil himself.
Well, friends, there you are.
We made you wait for the very last 2 words of Act 1 before we said something that puts everybody on notice. A rich, young, handsome prince, and there's suspicion around that he may be the devil. Well, the devil is a prince. He's called the Prince of Darkness. We shall shed more light in just a little while when I return with Act 2. They say money talks. Well, that isn't quite accurate. Money does more than merely talk. It commands. And what money wants, money usually gets. The moneyed Mr. Benjamin Franklin Stebbins, one of the 50 richest men in America, has come to Rome in the year 1887 to buy some culture, paintings, sculpture, and a titled foreign nobleman for his daughter.
Now, Mr. Thurman Trueblood, let's get down to the facts at hand. This Prince de Portocovo, why do folks say he's the devil?
Well, this is all local superstition.
Isn't there even the tiniest little bit of fire in all the smoke?
I couldn't say. I really don't know anything about the Prince de Portocovo.
Why not?
Why not?
Ain't he one of the natural resources of the country?
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Oh, which is why you're only 3rd assistant secretary. But never mind, I'll take you in hand, boy. I'll educate you.
Sir,
what's been attracting most of the foreign capital lately? The native nobility. That's what. Look at how many American millionaires have been investing in princes and dukes and counts and no accounts and whatnot.
Well, that may be, sir, but...
Now, I'm coming here as a legitimate American businessman. I'm here to buy a prince for my daughter. So when I make an investment in a foreign country, which this is, I have the right to ask investment advice from the American embassy.
I'm not sure there's a precedent.
Well, if there ain't, we're going to set one. Now, you say this Portocovo is the goods.
I said only that he comes from the oldest, most aristocratic family.
Then we'll settle for him.
But I know nothing about him except his name. Just rumor and hearsay.
Why don't you invite him to a party at the embassy? Send me the bill.
But nobody invites the Prince de Portocovo to a party. He does not accept invitations. I don't even know him.
Then we'll go see him.
You just don't go calling on the Prince de Portocovo.
Why not?
Well, it just is not done.
That's why we're going to do it, boy. We're going to go out there for a drive this very afternoon.
Oh, no, I couldn't leave my post here at the embassy.
Embassy's closed for the holiday. It's the 4th of July. Where does this prince live?
Well, I understand, I think, they say he has a villa some 10 miles north of the city.
We'll pick you up at noon and get to the prince's palace in time to be invited for lunch.
Oh, but Mr. Stebbins...
Stick with me, son. I'll see you get made an ambassador yet.
Mama didn't know whether to faint with joy or dance with happiness. I think she did a little of each. She couldn't stop kissing Papa. She screamed in positive raptures of delight.
Oh, Benji, you can. You will work miracles.
Nothing to it.
And this young man from the embassy arranged the whole thing.
Like shooting fish in a barrel. Hey, Mr. Stebbins, he said, you want to meet a genuine Italian prince? Let me give you a knockdown to my pal, the Prince de Portocovo.
Oh, Portocovo. Oh, that name. That name alone sends romantic visions through me.
Let's drive out this very day, he says, and have lunch.
Oh, Benjamin, you are the most wonderful man.
Maybe I knew what I was doing when I come out for Grover Cleveland.
Oh, yes, indeed you did.
Next time, don't tell me who's going to win the election. Women aren't qualified to.
Oh, you can say ain't, Benjamin. Go ahead, say ain't as much as you want. Mayetta, dear, have you heard? We're to have lunch with the Prince of Portocovo.
I heard. And the moment I heard that name, I had a sudden feeling of what? I felt dizzy. But it wasn't an alarming dizziness. It was more of a delicious, out-of-this-world feeling. I seemed to be lighter than air. I seemed to float in space. Everything was so wonderful. I remember we got into the carriage. We stopped at the embassy where a very tall, serious young man joined us.
Mayetta, honey, this is Mr. Thurman Trueblood, Assistant Secretary at the Embassy.
Actually, Miss Stebbins, I'm only the third assistant secretary.
Son, when you blow your horn, sound it loud and clear and strong in a major key, and leave out all the minor notes.
I'm very pleased to make your acquaintance, Miss Stebbins.
But I hadn't the eyes to see him with, or the ears to hear him, nor the voice to answer. There was only one thought that filled my entire being. The Prince of Porto Corvo. And the name. I began to remember the name, Porto Corvo, but from where? Why? For some reason, this was not the first time I had heard it. Porto Corvo. Oh, Prince of Porto Corvo, I love you. I love you. I have always loved you. We drove through the beautiful countryside, and soon we came upon a villa. It was small, but perfect. A small, flawless diamond. It was neither big nor ostentatious. It was the kind of home I had always dreamed of, set in the middle of what appeared to be a park. There were streams and gardens. It was altogether a place of rare delight. I had read that phrase somewhere, but that's what this palazzo was. We drove in through the gate. A footman held the horses. A butler ushered us into the house.
What a charming palazzo. Oh, Mayetta, darling, come here. Look at this painting.
How did you work it, sir?
How did I work what?
How did you wangle this invitation from the prince?
How did I... Son, I was about to ask you.
You mean you didn't?
Now, Thurman, what are you trying to tell me? That you didn't arrange it?
No, sir, I did not.
Well, then why did the dude in the short pants and the velvet coat with a silver button say the prince was expecting it?
Oh, Mr. Stebbins, you're having a little joke, aren't you?
Darling, this cup, it must be It is. It's a Cellini.
Now, son, I'll be hanged for a horse thief if I can tell you what's going on here.
Mr. Stebbins, what the local people say about the prince being the devil?
Now, son, remember, you're an American. Hold the line.
But to know we were coming, he had no way. Suppose he is the devil.
What if he is? He don't scare me. I've already been to hell. 25 years ago, son. Yes, sir, I was with General George Henry Thomas, the Rock of Chickamauga. There was hell for you.
Sir, I'm not sure that I did the wise thing.
Ah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this humble dwelling, but it is all I have to offer. Consider it yours. Mr. Stebbins, the celebrated Mr. Stebbins, so kind of you to come. I am your obedient servant, the Prince di Porto Corvo.
How do, Prince? Shake hands with Mrs. here. Honey, this is the Prince.
Oh, your Royal Highness.
And our little girl here, Mayetta, named for her two grandmothers.
How do you do?
Is this how it happens? You look into his eyes and you see... What do you see? I don't know. You're lost. You're lost in space and lost in time. Nothing matters and no one else exists in the whole world. You know your fate is sealed.
Luncheon is served. May I offer you my arm, Miss Stebbins?
Yes, of course.
This way, please. Mr. Stebbins, Mrs. Stebbins, Mr. Trueblood. I know you will enjoy our little repast.
Mr. Stebbins, how did he know my name? You didn't introduce me.
He knows you're from the embassy.
How does he know I'm from the embassy?
Well, ain't there the seal of the United States of America on the carriage?
We're not using the embassy carriage. We're using yours.
Yeah, well, son, don't sweat about it. There's an explanation for everything.
So explain this.
Yeah, I said there was an explanation. That don't necessarily mean I can tell you what it is.
Dear Diary, luncheon was a dream. The food was... How can I describe it? It was everybody's favorite. Was there ever such a host as the Prince of Porto Corvo?
Now this is steak.
Steak? Well, I'm having shad.
And I have scrapple.
strawberries and cream.
I have to tell you, Prince, this steak could only come from Kansas City.
And shad like this must be from the Hudson River.
Nobody outside of Philadelphia knows how to make scrapple.
Strawberries aren't in season, are they?
My good friends, a host must live for his guests. Please enjoy your lunch.
Yes, but how did you know how partial I am to shad?
I guessed it.
Oh, you did nothing of the sort. Benjamin must have told you. Didn't you, Benji?
Who, me?
Oh, confess it.
I did nothing of the sort.
Oh, you men, you must have your little mysteries.
Shall we begin?
Is it customary to say grace in this country?
Of course.
For what we are about to receive, good Lord, we give thanks.
Benji, this is really shad.
Wait a minute, Mama.
What is it, Benjamin?
Mayetta, put down your spoon.
Benjamin.
I have to talk with the prince here.
My dear Mr. Stebbins, is something wrong?
I'm not sure.
Papa.
I want you to tell me.
Tell you what?
What's going on here?
Papa, are you feeling well?
I don't know. But when I was a little kid at school, I remember reading a story about all them heathen gods and goddesses.
Oh, really, Papa? Is this the time to start
Now, the devil... Okay, he wasn't exactly the devil, but he was the prince of the underworld. So I guess that's just about the same thing, huh?
Okay. You must permit me to apologize for my husband, Your Highness. He does choose the oddest moments to tell his long-winded stories. Now, Benjamin...
As I recall, this prince of the underworld kidnapped the daughter of one of the goddesses. And he took her down to hell with him. Don't anybody else remember that story?
Everyone remembers, Benjamin, but I'm sure no one is really interested.
So the kid remembered that she shouldn't eat, because if she ate as much as one bite, or took as much as one swallow, she'd be stuck there forever. And, so, Prince, if you'll excuse us, we're going to skip lunch.
How dare you insult this man in his own home? This generous gentleman of the highest... Oh, please, Your Highness, you must find it in your heart to forgive him.
Mrs. Stebbins, sometimes the heat in my country is upsetting to those who are accustomed to a more moderate climate. May I suggest...
Prince, I want to thank you for your hospitality. But we really have to be leaving. Mama, Mayetta?
I shall do nothing of the sort. I intend to have my lunch. The shad. How tender. What a heavenly taste.
Mama!
All right. What do you suppose this is? Here you have Ben Stebbins, one of the most hard-headed practical men in the world, and he starts raving about something deep down, way past, in ancient Greek mythology. He looks at a handsome, sophisticated gentleman and sees the king of the underworld. Don't sell Benjamin Franklin Stebbins short. After all, he was smart enough to become one of the 50 richest men in America. I shall return shortly with Act 3. The word is perception. It literally means to see through. One man can look at a desolate, barren piece of land and see buildings and factories and stores, a great city. This is how men become rich. They see through, right through to the heart of the matter. They are not distracted by the cover or the color or the shape or the form. They see through to the essence, to the money. This is the kind of man we have in Benjamin Stebbins, and he accepts what he sees, no matter how fantastic or far-fetched or impossible.
Dear diary, that was quite a lunch. Poor Papa. Why was he having such a hard time at the table? Mama was so embarrassed I thought she'd die. And that milk and water Mr. Trueblood wished the floor could open up and swallow him. After all, he had to uphold the dignity of the United States government. Well, both of them began to eat. Papa refused to touch a bite on his plate, and I know how he loved his steak. I ate my strawberries. Papa yelled at me.
Don't, Mayetta, don't.
It's all right, Papa.
Young lady, you come along with me.
Benjamin, we have all been embarrassed enough.
I want to talk to my daughter alone for a minute. Now, you listen to me and step this way, Mayetta.
Your Highness, I must keep apologizing for my husband. Mayetta, Don't you get up from your chair.
My dear Mrs. Stebbins, surely a girl must listen when her father commands. Is it not written, honor thy father?
Come in here for a minute, Mayetta. Mayetta, honey. You gotta believe me. You've just gotta.
I believe you, Papa.
Then we're getting out of here right this minute.
No, Papa, I want to stay.
But you said you believe me.
I do.
There's something about it.
I don't care.
You didn't listen to what I was saying.
It doesn't matter.
Mayetta, I'm taking you home.
I'm home now, Papa.
No. Come on now. What can you be telling me?
I love the prince.
You must listen to me, did you? Did you ever hear of a more practical, down-to-earth fella than your old man?
Papa, I know what you're going to say.
Put your money on the table. Show me the figures. Let me examine the merchandise. That's always been me, honey. No fancy notions, no crazy ideas. So when a fella like me starts talking about devils and the underworld, you have to listen. Now, this prince, well, how else can I put it? He ain't human.
And what if he isn't, Papa?
What do you mean, what if he isn't?
I love him. I've been in love with him all my life.
But how could you? You only met him an hour ago.
How do I know that?
Oh, my poor little girl.
No, Papa. I'm not your poor little girl. Not any longer.
You always did want to marry a prince, didn't you?
Every little girl does.
You sure you didn't read that story I tried to tell everybody just before?
Sure, I read it. Back in school.
You didn't see yourself as the heroine, being carried away by the great god of the underworld, becoming the queen?
So hard for you to realize I'm in love. And when you're in love, it doesn't matter who he is.
But it does, Mayetta. It does.
We love each other.
When was this decided?
It was meant to be. And now, Papa, we mustn't keep the others waiting. Dear Diary, Papa walked out on the terrace, and I returned to the dining salon. The prince, my prince, was so charming that soon everyone was smiling and having a wonderful time. When lunch was over, the prince took my arm, and we went for a stroll. Who are you?
You know.
I know?
Your father has told you.
Well...
You don't believe him? Yes. You believe him. And it is true.
Yes.
I have always loved you.
Why?
Oh, because you are so light, so filled with beauty.
For a girl who's supposed to be so beautiful, I've had remarkably few beaux. And considering that my father is so rich...
Yes, I know. You see, I did not want anyone to fall in love with you.
What does that mean?
More important, I did not want you to fall in love with anyone else. And so I did not permit a thing like that to happen.
How could you stop it?
You see, my sister is... It will be very difficult for you to believe this.
I know I must believe anything you choose to tell me.
My sister is Venus. No one in the world may fall in love without her permission.
I see.
I've waited for you, just as you have waited for me. I love you.
I love you.
We shall be married.
Oh, that'll make Mama so happy. You don't know how she always wanted me to marry a prince.
I know.
Oh, and not just getting married, but the idea of the wedding.
It will be a beautiful wedding.
Oh, how Mama's going to enjoy every single detail of the planning.
My dearest, I am afraid your mother will not be allowed to come.
She what?
The wedding will be held in Olympus.
Where's that?
It's where my father lives.
Why can't my mother come?
My dearest one, your mother will not be permitted to leave the underworld.
I don't understand.
Your mother and this gentleman, Mr. Trueblood, they must depart shortly for the underworld.
Why?
You know why, my dearest. They dined at my table.
Do you mean they'll be dead?
Dead is a word that is only used in this world.
But will they be dead?
They will lead another existence elsewhere.
Will they be dead?
Yes. It is the law.
What law?
All who partake of my hospitality must remain forever my guests.
Papa didn't touch a bite.
He will leave. I shall not see him for a long time.
Papa won't let you take Mama away.
Darling, you must not allow yourself to become sad. Remember, we love each other.
Yes, but...
And love is all. Love is enough.
But Mama won't be able to come to my wedding. Mama will never forgive me.
Mama will not know about your wedding.
Why won't she know?
Because Mama has already sipped from the cup of forgetfulness.
What's that?
It is to prepare one for the next world. Mama is waiting for the journey to the underworld. She and Mr. Trueblood are waiting for the boat.
No, I want to see Mama.
No, my darling, you do not.
I do. I want Mama.
I tried to spare you this.
Oh, Mama. Oh, Mama, you're not going anywhere. Tell me you're not going anywhere.
Child, are you speaking to me?
Mama, don't look at me as if you don't know me.
Who are you, child?
Who am I? Don't you know me? Don't you know your own daughter, Mayetta?
Mayetta. What a lovely name for a beautiful girl.
Mayetta. For Grandma May and Grandma Etta.
Goodbye, child. I wish we had more time to chat, but I must leave.
Don't go. Come back. Come back.
She must go, my darling.
I want to go home.
Soon, my beloved. I will take you home.
No, home on Fifth Avenue in New York City. I want to go home.
You will come with me. We have always loved each other. We are to be married.
No. Papa. Please, Papa. Papa, save me. Help me, Papa.
Now, what's all this hollering, Mayetta? You ain't a little girl no more. You've got to behave like a marriageable young lady.
I don't want to get married. Not to him.
I told you not to touch a bite of food.
Oh, please, Papa, don't scold me. Just help me. And help Mama. They're taking Mama away.
Honey, what can I do? I'm just a living, breathing, mortal man. He's one of them gods. What can I do?
Oh, Papa, did you ever in all your life ask, what can I do? Never. Whatever it was, you just went out and did it. Please, Papa, save Mama and save me. I don't want to marry him.
But you're in love with him.
No, Papa, I'm not. I was in love with the idea of him, of a prince. Oh, Papa, please.
All right. Just sit there quiet for a bit. Your Highness.
Yes?
My little girl wants to break her engagement.
I am afraid that is impossible. I love your daughter.
Do you?
With all my heart.
Well, then, if you're a man of honor, you will ask for her father's permission.
You have already permitted it. You brought her to my house for this purpose.
Oh, but that was before I knew who you were.
You knew who I was. You always knew it.
I didn't know for a fact. I may have suspected.
We quibbled over words.
All right, then let's argue facts. You say you love my daughter. You say you love her with all your heart. What are your plans for her?
To make her my queen.
And just where are you going to live?
In my palace.
Which is where?
You know where.
Down there? Way down there? Down there in hell? In the dark? In the damp? Where there ain't never a ray of sunlight? Not one blade of grass? Not one flower? Not one bird? Why do you want to bring her there?
To brighten my life.
I know that, but who's going to brighten hers? Can she live in the dark? No, she needs fresh air, the blue sky.
I will make her happy.
How will you make her happy? She'll wither away. She'll die.
No.
They all die. All your wives. What happened to your first one, the one we all read about? How many have you had since? How many will you have after Mayetta?
Mr. Stebbins.
You bring them to your palace for their youth, their beauty, and their freshness. But all of that disappears very quickly in the poisoned air of your kingdom. They fade ever so quickly. They die ever so soon. It isn't love on your part. You need them. But you never love any of them.
I love your daughter.
Prove it.
How?
Give her up. Save her life. Let her live.
I love her the way I have never loved any of the others.
Then don't treat her the way you did the others. Let her live. Let her have her life. The beauty and the loveliness of the world above. How long can she live with you? A few months, a year? Then she'll be old.
No.
You know I'm right. A man who loves is a man who must be willing to give. But give her up.
I love you. Mayetta. I love you. You will never know how much I loved you.
Dear Diary, I'll say one thing about this country. It may be the food or the air, but the fantastic dreams you have in this place. If I ever told anybody what I'm writing on this page, who would ever believe it? We were supposed to visit this prince, and poor Papa. Did he ever catch it from Mama? It seems we got to the place where he was supposed to live, and what do you think?
This can't be the place. It's a heap of ruins. Well, nobody's lived here for hundreds of years.
Everybody said it's where he's supposed to live, right, Miss Trueblood?
Yes, sir. As far as I know.
Yes, but you said we were invited for lunch.
Somebody must have played a practical joke.
Oh, I dare say.
I was told a titled foreigner lived here, Mrs. Stebbins.
In a godforsaken place like this, only the devil would live here.
Well, ma'am, the devil's a titled foreigner. He's the Prince of Darkness.
July 5th, 1887. Dear Diary, I've come to a certain conclusion about princes. More than ever, I intend to marry one. But I have an idea that the best possible prince is the one you make for yourself. Now, Papa was just a day laborer until Mama took him in hand and made a millionaire out of him. That's because she saw the possibilities. Now, I look at Mr. Thurman Trueblood, and I wonder what I can do with him. Well, it'll be fun to try.
She did, and it was. Well, now, the little girls dream of princes. What do little boys dream of? This whole business of dreams now, it can get us into more trouble than it's worth. Dreams. Some of them are so real. How do we know they're only dreams? You ever get the feeling that one day you'll wake up and find yourself where? Asleep or awake? I shall return shortly. And they lived happily ever after. At the risk of being an old curmudgeon, I must ask, who lived happily ever after? The data tells otherwise. Most girls who marry princes have a relatively bad time of it, especially if you read the papers. The truth is that princes, as a rule, make great lovers but bad husbands. And for the long haul, what the girls like is for things to be the other way around. Our cast included Phyllis Newman, Fred Gwynn, Paul Hecht, Bryna Rayburn, and Roger Barron. The entire production was under the direction of Hyman Brown. This is E.G. Marshall inviting you to return to our Mystery Theater for another adventure in the macabre. Until next time, pleasant dreams. The CBS Radio Mystery Theater presents... Come in. Welcome. I'm E.G. Marshall. This is the song they sing to the Bisara. Little blind fish, thou art marvelous wise. Little blind fish, though thou hast no eyes. Open thy ears while I whisper my wish. Bring me a lover, thou little blind fish. And what is the Bisara? A tiny square box of silver, studded outside with 8 small rubies. Inside is a little eyeless fish, carved of wood, and wrapped in a shred of faded gold cloth. Yes, this is the Bisara. And it were better for a man to take a king cobra in his hand than to touch the Bisara.
Congratulate me, old man. On what? I'm getting married. Is it possible a woman could be so down on her luck that she'd settle for you? Yeah, she's beautiful, intelligent, handsome. She's Colonel Hollis' daughter, Millicent. What kind of evil joke is this? How dare you? Millicent Hollis is my fiancée. She was your fiancée, John. She was your fiancée.
Our mystery drama, The Bisara of Puri, was based on a story by Rudyard Kipling and written especially for the Mystery Theater by Sam Dan and stars Paul Hecht. It is sponsored in part by ARM, Allergy Relief Medicine, and Buick Motor Division. I'll be back shortly with Act One. In our day and age, we are far too sophisticated to believe in magic. So let us talk about magic as magic used to be. The kind of magic you used to find in India, before India became a modern nation and was still part of what was known as the British Raj. The time is the year 1891. The place, Simla, that enchanted city in the hills of which it was said, he who cannot fall in love in Simla will never know love at all. Well, John Churton fell in love in Simla with tall, gray-eyed Millicent Hollis, daughter of Colonel Hollis of the Blue Hussars. And this is the 3rd day in succession that they are taking tea at Leighton's on the pavilion.
Beautiful music, Miss Hollis.
Is it really?
It's so melodic.
That's not what you said yesterday, Major Churton.
What did I say yesterday?
You said it was rather Germanic for your taste. So,
Now, why would I say that? I am rather fond of Mr. Strauss's music. Oh, I know why. Yes. You see, Strauss waltzes belong in a ballroom with a brilliant light of 100 candles reflected like diamonds from the great hanging chandeliers, and the scarlet and gold, the black and silver of the officers' uniforms, and the lovely whites and pinks of the ladies' gowns.
You make it sound so exciting.
Will you save the waltzes for me this evening, Miss Hollis?
Oh, I'm afraid I shall have no choice. You talk about it so prettily. Although, for a man who seems to enjoy dancing so much, I don't believe you've been to a ball in over a month.
Yes, my ankle was a bit stiff and sore.
Oh, from that fall?
Yes, that fall. I suppose it shall be known as that fall from now till the end of time.
Well, it did make talk when you, Major John Churton, who is said to be the finest rider in the Lancers, fell off his horse on dress parade.
Well, that account is not entirely true, Miss Hollis.
Are you saying you didn't fall off your horse?
I didn't fall off my horse. I needed a horse in a hurry, and that old scoundrel Mahbub Ali sold me one that hadn't been properly broken.
Why did you need a horse in a hurry?
And because my bay stallion, Tippo, had died the night before.
Tippo? That splendid animal. Well, how could he have taken sick so suddenly?
He didn't take sick, Miss Hollis. He was killed.
Awful. How?
Well, I came home from the club to discover there was a robbery in progress. I was unarmed, and I tried to run the scoundrels down, but one of them turned and fired a revolver, and well, poor Tippo fell dead.
A robbery? Well, we haven't had a robbery hereabouts. Well, I can't even remember. Well, were they caught?
No, they got away.
What a shame. Was anything stolen?
No, just some cufflinks, a gift from my mother, a watch.
A gift from my father. They were very dear to me.
Oh, I am sorry.
And, of course, money. A considerable sum. It wasn't even mine. I was keeping it for Captain Pack.
Captain Pack?
Yes, do you know him?
Slightly. Why were you keeping money for him?
Well, it was part of a regimental fund. He had withdrawn it that afternoon to be distributed the following day. That evening, he'd been sent off on duty. He didn't want to leave it about his quarters, so he asked me to keep an eye on it for him.
And that's the money that was stolen?
Yes. I went to over half a dozen of my closest friends, and I borrowed every shilling they could raise. I turned the sum over to Pack. He's not the wiser, but I'll be in debt for at least 2 years.
What a perfectly miserable stroke of luck.
I really don't know why I'm telling you all this.
Perhaps it's because you've just caught sight of Captain Pack.
What? Where?
He's coming towards us.
Oh, yes. Yes, I see him.
Good afternoon, most ravishing Miss Horace. And Major Turton.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Pack.
I hope I'm not interrupting, but I stopped by merely to remind you, Miss Horace, that you promised to save the first and last waltz for me this evening.
Did I promise?
Well, of course. It was at the party Mrs. Hawksby gave for the governor last week. Till this evening, then.
Miss Hollis, is there something wrong?
What?
You seem to have turned pale.
No, I'm all right.
You're shivering. Shall I order some tea? A brandy, perhaps?
No, thank you, Major.
But something is wrong, I can tell. Please, Miss Hollis, tell me.
I simply cannot tolerate that man.
Captain Pack?
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. He's probably a good friend of yours.
Oh, no, Miss Hollis. He's the last person in the world I would want for a friend.
The man makes me ill. Actually, ill.
What do you mean?
I don't know. I just get a feeling that it's so difficult to find the words. He makes me feel unclean.
I know. He makes me feel the same way.
Well, you don't have to dance with him.
Well, you don't have to dance with him either. Can't you simply refuse?
Oh, it's awkward to refuse. We are, after all, a small community. We have to maintain at least the outward show of friendship.
Well, that may be. But I know a great many ladies who absolutely refuse to dance with certain gentlemen.
The real truth? I'm afraid to refuse him.
Afraid? But why? I mean, if he ever tried anything the slightest bit improper or out of line, I'd thrash him within an inch of his life.
I know you would.
And you're still afraid?
Oh, I just can't explain.
Well, I see only one solution to the problem, Miss Hollis. You will have to marry me. Miss Hollis?
Major Turton? I thought you'd never ask.
Millicent, my darling.
Not here, not now. You must call me Miss Hollis for just a little while longer.
I must speak to your father. There are plans to be made.
Yes, but first there are plans to be unmade.
I don't understand.
Mother, she thinks she has a plan for me to marry General Benton.
Benton? He's 30 years older than you.
I know, my darling.
But it's
No,
absurd.
it's just an idea at present. It's dancing around Mamma's head, and it must be given its opportunity.
Opportunity? To do what?
Oh, let's say to run its course. Oh, don't look so worried. Everything will be all right.
Well, I'm not sure everything will be all right.
Oh, John, dearest, please understand. I and I alone will decide whom I shall marry. I allow my mother to play these little games because, frankly, she's quite bored and it gives her something to do. Sooner or later, she always finds something wrong with her particular candidate for my hand, and it's over, and that's all there is to it.
I don't know. I have a strange feeling that something will occur to upset our marriage.
John.
I told you about the robbery of my quarters, the killing of my best horse, the loss of a considerable sum of money.
Yes, that's just bad luck.
But you see, that's not all of it.
It isn't?
I'm in the midst of, or I'm being pursued or haunted by, call it what you will, a streak of bad luck.
But I can only call it superstition.
Yes, I was afraid you'd say that. I've spent a year working on a design for a lightweight saddle. Oh, it's just as strong, stronger even than the ones we use now, and it's 17 pounds lighter.
17 pounds?
Yes, do you know what that means to a trooper?
Oh, darling, I'm the daughter of the colonel of a cavalry regiment. A lighter saddle. Why, it's like the search for the Philosopher's Stone.
Yes, and I designed one.
Oh, John.
And I submitted it to the Office of Procurement.
And they bought it.
They turned it down.
How could they turn it down?
I don't know.
What did they say?
Well, a rather brief note. Dear Major Churton, We do not find your proposed saddle to be practical at this time.
Why not at this time? Would another time be more practical?
Darling, that is the answer I received, and the matter is now closed. Don't you see, this is all part of the streak of bad luck that seems to be pursuing me.
There's a rational explanation.
I wish I could believe that.
All you have to believe is that you love me, and I love you. That's all we need.
You do love me, Millicent?
Yes. And I want to be your wife.
You're not going to change your mind.
Nothing could ever make me marry anyone else. Enjoying the ball, darling?
I'm with you, Millicent. That alone is enough.
Oh, wait.
What is it?
The band. They're going to start to play.
Oh, wonderful. I am in the mood for a dance.
Oh, darling. These are the waltzes.
My favorite.
No, but I promised the first to Captain Peck.
Oh, no.
They're starting.
Oh, come quickly. We'll escape out onto the veranda.
No, it's no use. He'll turn the place inside out and make no end of a row till he finds me.
Oh, I see him heading this way now, the scoundrel.
I don't think he has enough character to be a scoundrel. He's just an offensive man.
Pack. He's well named. Pack Rat.
Oh, darling, please. He'll hear you.
Ah, there you are, Miss Hollis.
Good evening, Captain.
I've come to claim my waltz. Will you excuse us, Major Turton? Miss Hollis?
Oh, of course. Major.
Now, you are a divine dancer, Miss Hollis.
Thank you.
Do you know why?
Oh. Well,
because you are a divine person. You are so different from the rest of them here at the station.
The rest of them, Captain Peck?
A grubby lot, taken by and large.
Oh, Captain.
Overdressed, overpainted.
Captain, I mustn't.
Not you. Oh, no. You're something special. You're like an angel that's come down from heaven.
Really, Captain?
Now, I've seen women all over the world. Had my share of them, too, fathers and girls.
Captain, I find this conversation...
But you're the only one that's real.
Why, all the other ladies in this room are real.
Miss Hollis, for a long time I waited so I could say something to you. Now I've got money put by. There are opportunities for a man to make his bundle in India if he keeps alert for the main chance.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
And I haven't spent my off-duty time hunting and playing polo, gambling and flirting.
I don't suppose
I've already made my packet. Captain Pack made a packet. Well, what I'm getting at is this. I'm ready to settle down.
That's fine.
Settle down with the woman of my choice.
Well, I hope you find her.
Oh, I have. It's you.
Me?
Miss Hollis, make me the happiest man in the world. Say you become my bride.
Well, that's impossible, Captain Peck.
Impossible? Why?
Oh, we can sum it up by saying I'm not in love with you. I'm not even attracted to you.
Miss Hollis, I must ask you to reconsider.
But I said, Captain, it's impossible.
I don't recognize the existence of that word.
Oh, please, Captain. The matter is closed.
Oh, I disagree.
I don't even know what we have to discuss.
But we have everything to discuss. All the plans for our future life together.
Captain, I don't believe you heard me. I have no intention of marrying you.
Miss Hollis, I'm a man who refuses to take no for an answer. Sooner or later, one way or another, I always get what I want. And I want you, Miss Hollis.
Obviously, Miss Millicent Hollis considers Captain Pack a disaster. But her fiancé, Major Churton, has a premonition of disaster. Is Captain Pack going to be that disaster? On a statistical note, our special research tells us that a girl can expect to get an average of 5 serious proposals of marriage in her lifetime. Well, what do you think of our heroine? She's actually had 2 in one day. The rich get richer. The drama also gets richer in Act Two in just a short while. Some people refuse to take no for an answer. This could be a sign of great dedication. It could also be an indication of colossal stupidity. You've heard what Miss Millicent Hollis has said about Captain Pack. He is hardly her favorite person in this world, but yet, would you be willing to wager a large sum, or even a small one, that she isn't going to marry him?
Millicent, what are you doing out here alone?
I had to step out for a breath of air, John.
But why didn't you tell me? I would have come out with you.
I couldn't walk across that floor to where you were standing. I had to have fresh air that very moment, or I would have suffocated.
My darling, you're trembling like a leaf.
No, I'll be all right in a minute.
Darling, you must tell me what's the matter.
That terrible little man. That horrible little man.
Pack, what did he do?
He proposed to me.
Well, of all the infernal...
Oh, he has a right to, but it's just...
It's just what? Oh, he needs a lesson.
He didn't know that I'm not free.
Well, very well. He proposed, then what?
I said no.
And then?
He kept insisting.
Why, the bounder. I ought to thrash
darling,
him.
there's nothing to be done. Let's just forget it, shall we?
I've never seen you so upset. Would you care for some punch? Or perhaps something stronger?
Would you mind terribly if I went home?
Now?
You see, the truth is, I owe Captain Pack another dance, and I'm just not up to it.
Well, you just scratch his name off your program.
Oh, I can't do that. He'd create a very unpleasant scene. I'll just tell Mama I have a headache. And I do.
Oh, my darling.
Now, you stay and you have a good time.
Well, how can I have a good time without you?
Now, you should spend more time socializing with the staff officers. You know, being on good terms might help you sell that new saddle.
Oh, darling.
Mama will be quite happy to go home. I know she must be frightfully bored by this time.
Will I see you tomorrow?
Well, of course.
Are you sure?
Well, silly. Of course I'm sure.
Churton! Why, bless my soul, it's Johnny Churton. Well, look at you, a proper major of the Lancers.
Futon, this can't be terrible Tom Futon of the Maverick. Why are you out of uniform, Captain?
I resigned my commission, Johnny.
What? You've become a civilian?
Oh, you make it sound like an obscene word.
Well, in your case, it most definitely is. So what are you doing to earn your bread, or have you married a wealthy widow?
I'm with the Ethnological Service.
You're with the what?
Well, let me explain. You see, Johnny, one day I realized I'd spent my entire life in this country, and I knew nothing about it. India, this beautiful, mysterious India.
Are you quite all right, Tom?
Oh, yes, of course. And so I applied for a berth in the Ethnological Service. We study and we record all the native customs.
And you don't miss the army?
Oh, I miss the friendships, the closeness when we're in the field.
So what are you doing here in Simla?
Well, the local historical society is having a meeting, and I've been invited to read a paper.
Ah, you've become a proper scholar, haven't you? Where are you staying?
The colonel found me a bunk.
Oh, no. You're staying with me. I'll send a boy around to pick up your kit. We're going to sit up all night and destroy at least 2 bottles. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds first rate. But I better leave my kit where it is.
But why?
Because the colonel asked me to.
Whom are you staying with?
A fellow by the name of Pack.
Oh, no. No, I shan't permit that. Oh, he's the worst.
Johnny. The colonel asked it as a favor.
A favor?
This Pack, he doesn't get on, eh?
Oh, well, that's the understatement of the century.
Has no friends, and the colonel just thought that by asking him to provide hospitality for a visitor, this Captain Pack would feel that he's part of things, you see. Tell me, what does everyone have against him?
Well, how can I put it? He's a nasty little man who must have crawled into the army by mistake.
Ah, I see you're determined to dislike him, eh?
Exactly. But why discuss him? Let's head over to my place. We have a full night's drinking and talking ahead of us.
Johnny, will you also invite my host?
Your host?
Yes, Captain Pack.
Oh, no.
Well, he's putting me up for the night. Wouldn't be proper for me
to... Tom, he's impossible. He's absolutely, utterly impossible.
You know, I've made a study of people like Captain Roderick Pack.
Well, what is there to study? It's all out there in plain view.
Oh, no, not at all. It's mostly hidden, you see. People like Pack are the outsiders. Pack was never made to feel welcome here. To begin with, he's very short, is rather unattractive physically.
Yes, he most certainly is.
But that is not his fault, you see. His father was a greengrocer, which puts him at a social disadvantage. You know, Pack's obnoxious behavior is a defense.
Of what?
It's a protective wall he's built up around himself. If you were made to feel welcome, accepted, I'm sure you'd find him a changed man.
I'm afraid you don't know Captain Pack very well.
Well, I'm afraid you don't either. Invite him back to your rooms with us. See if I'm right.
And I said to him, you ain't had the last of Captain Roderick Peck, my friends. For that matter, you ain't had the first. And for that matter...
He's not much of a drinker, is he?
Truth is, Pack's not much of anything. Let him sleep. So much for your noble experiment. At least now we can talk.
It's very impressive digs you have here, Johnny. But then you always like to live well. Oh, I say. That's a splendid clock on the mantel.
Yes, I believe it's the only Gladchester chimes in all of India. Had it sent.
A Gladchester. Oh, I must have a look at that.
Help yourself. Meanwhile, I shall tell you the greatest news of all.
Johnny.
The most wonderful girl in the world said yes.
Johnny, listen to me.
Well, aren't you going to congratulate me?
Where did you get this?
Get what?
This box. This little wooden box.
Oh, that.
This box. It's made of silver. Yes, this is silver, all right. It's studded with rubies. 8 Balas rubies.
What is it, Tom? You're white as milk.
John, there is something inside this box, isn't there?
Well, yes, it's...
No, let me tell you. It's a tiny fish made of wood, of deodar wood, and it's perfect in every detail except that it has no eyes.
How did you know
and
that?
It is wrapped in a faded piece of gold cloth.
How do you know about that box?
John, tell me, how did you get it?
How did I get it? Well, how do you think I got it? I bought it in the bazaar.
You bought it?
Well, how else would I get it? Did you expect I'd steal it?
What regard you had?
Tom, are you all right?
When did you buy it?
Well, I don't remember.
Try.
Oh, about a month ago.
Well, tell me, how has your luck been since?
My luck?
Tell me.
Well, if you must know, it's been bad.
How bad?
What is this, Tom?
How bad?
Very bad.
I was afraid of that. Then it is true.
What's true?
John, there is a legend of the Viscera of Puri.
I never heard of it.
Well, you bought it. It's this box. This is the Viscera of Puri.
The what of which?
Some say it was made by a half-mad Kulu woman high in the hills. Some say it was created at the Devil's Shrine of Ao Chung in Tibet. But I believe it was made at the Temple of Puri and was stolen by one of the dancing girls.
Yes, but what does it all mean?
It's a charm for success and failure. It is 300 years old. It has gone from hand to hand.
And you're saying it brought me bad luck?
Yes.
Well, all right. Why?
Because you bought it. The legend says if the Viscera be bought, within 3 years, it will turn against its owner and drive him to ruin and death.
But you still haven't told me why.
Whereas if the Viscera be stolen, for 3 years, it will bring its owner his heart's desire.
Now, why is one in trouble if one buys it, and in luck if one steals it?
Because it is a charm made in honor of Janira, the goddess of evil.
And I'm in trouble because I bought it?
Yes. Get rid of it.
Get rid of it?
Throw it into the river or destroy it.
Are you serious?
Melt down the silver box, burn the little wooden fish.
You are serious?
Yes, of course I'm serious. Think of all the terrible things that have happened to you since you bought it.
Well, some unfortunate things have taken place.
Well, doesn't that prove...
Prove what?